Morning. Before we get started with today's reading of Romeo and Juliet, I'll go over real quick three types of irony. So, irony is the contrast between what appears and what really is. So, in other words, it's pretty much something that happens that's the opposite of what is intended to happen. So, there's three types of irony, just to review: situational, verbal, and dramatic. So, situational irony when the opposite of what is expected to happen happens. So it's literally a situation. For example, this was posted on a guy's Facebook wall. Love your site. I'm a stickler for grammar, punctuation, and spelling. Not hard to understand, yet some people still don't get it. Glad you're educating the minions. So, how is this situational irony? Because this guy states that he's a stickler for grammar, but he used the wrong your. He's supposed to use your with the apostrophe re, but he uses your as in something that belongs to you rather than an action that you're doing. So that's how that's situational. The second form is verbal irony. So it's when you are saying the opposite of what you really mean. So verbal and situational are kind of closely related. It's just that verbal has to be said. It's verbal irony. So saying that's as clear as mud would be an example of verbal irony because mud isn't clear. So sarcasm is a very, very widely used form of verbal irony. And then the third and final type of irony is dramatic irony. It's when the reader of audience of it's when the reader that's supposed to say or. It's all good. Reader or audience are aware of something the characters in the story are not. So if you've seen any horror movie at all, then you are most likely doing dramatic irony, or that's most likely dramatic irony. When the group of people are running away from the killer and one person decides to split up and run into the woods, you know that the killer is in the woods. You know that person's gone. So the reader and audience waits anxiously to find out what will happen when the characters discover what we already know. It makes the reader audience feel suspense. So, for example, here's an example of dramatic irony. Or, I don't know, dude, that looks really hot. It's not. It's just brightly lit mayonnaise mixed with orange food coloring. Don't be such a boob. Jump in and have some fun. And then finally, the dude jumps in. He's burning. Oh, God, oh, God. In this example, the audience would get big LOLs because they knew it was lava the entire time. We knew something that this poor person did not know. So that's just a quick little review of irony. So this is going to help because there is going to be an example of irony happening in Act 3.